Hi everyone, I'm Ann Murphy, longtime math faculty member. Looking forward to seeing all your beautiful faces at the virtual reunion for Walnut Hill alums on April 25th at 7 o'clock. Next reunion, there'll be lots of hugs, but this reunion would be great just to see your faces. See you Saturday night at 7 on Natick time.
Welcome to Walnut Hill School for the Arts Reunion Weekend. We're so glad to see all of you and that you were able to make adjustments in your plans to be here for us. It's great. Michael Owen, Director of Dance.
Bobby Owen, College Counseling, and Cooper.
Have a great visit and see you soon.
Have a great weekend.
Hello, alums. It's Margaret Funkhauser, Director of Writing, Film, and Media Arts. I hope everyone is doing okay, and I'm so sorry we won't get to see you on the Hill this spring, but I hope you have a fabulous virtual reunion. And if there are any alums out there who are inspired and moved to write and create work during this time, I would love you to send it to me. I would love to be a reader and audience for whatever you are writing, so please reach out. Until then, be well and take care.
Hello everyone, this is Nancy Fraser. Thank you for inviting me to be part of your virtual reunion. Joe and I are well, our children are well, grandchildren are well, and we have a great-grandchild, Benjamin. The word fossil comes easy to my mind lately, but anyway, he's doing well. Joe, I wish you all the best. I'm sure that we're all hoping that next year's reunion will be a non-virtual reunion. But certainly my best to all of you, especially to my former students. You have a very nice place in my heart, a very special place in my heart. Best wishes to all. Goodbye.
Hello, alumni. This is Director of Music, Jenny Elowich, welcoming you to our virtual reunion. And I wanted to say that despite such challenging times right now, I've never been more grateful to be a Walnut. I'm especially grateful at how our administration has been handling this crisis, and particularly in terms of how much care they have all shown our students. As you probably know, we still have some students on campus from Asia, and I'm so glad they're being well taken care of. I also want to thank you, all of you alumni. Just this week we had 2 webinars with alumni, Mary Buckingham and Ralph Ferris, talking to our students about their careers, their schooling, and encouraging them to hang in there during this time. Earlier this semester, we had master classes with Tommy Mesa and with Tony Reimer, and we have the continued support of Jung-Ah Bong, who is now on our faculty. We feel very well supported, so thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Nancy Wilson. Bienvenue à la réunion virtuelle 2020. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Nancy Wilson, and I taught French and ESL at Walnut Hill until I retired in 2007 and we moved to Deer Isle, Maine, which is near Bar Harbor and Acadia National Park. When I started at Walnut Hill in 1980, it was a girls' school, and then it became co-ed, and under Stephanie Perrin's strong leadership, it became a well-known arts and academic high school, which it is today. My fondest memories are being in the classroom, watching my students and others perform on stage, and the wonderful exchange trips that Jackie Sand and I took to France over those 30 years. I want to wish all of you well and hope that you stay healthy and happy. again, thank you very much for this opportunity to share, and au revoir. May God bless you.
All right. Hi, everyone. I assume that I'm doing this correctly. Whit Brown, head of theory and composition in the music department, long time faculty member at Walnut Hill. Those of you who were my students remember well, I'm sure, classes like the seminar or theory. And yes, I still teach those things as well as do my best to try to compose my own music. At any rate, I would like to welcome all of you alumni to this alumni reunion. I hope you're all doing well. Very nice to see you all, if under these circumstances.
Hi, Walnut Hill alums, Ms. Liu here. I'm so sorry we can't be together at the Walnut Hill campus for reunion this year. I hope you are doing well, staying home as much as possible, and staying healthy and safe. Okay. My family and I are doing the same, even though we miss seeing our friends and I miss seeing my students at Walnut Hill. But let's try to promise each other that next year we will see each other back in Natick on campus for reunion. Stay well. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Steve Durning. I taught English for a long time at Walnut Hill. Now I'm retired. A friend at school suggested that I read a poem for children because they might be home and needing something to do in these crazy times we're living in. And there might be alums with children and yeah. So I'm going to read a poem. It's called The Wolf. It's by Georgia Roberts Durston. We read this poem to our children when they were young. And I want to say that it talks about a wolf who's kind of lonely. My understanding is that wolves are very social creatures. But I do think sometimes among wolf packs, there might be some male wolf who kind of, there's no room for him there and he doesn't get along that well, so they kind of kick him out. Because this poem is about a lonely wolf, as you'll see. Okay, here we go. The Wolf. When the pale moon hides and the wild wind wails, and over the treetops the night hawk sails, the gray wolf sits on the world's far rim and howls, and it seems to comfort him. The wolf is a lonely soul, you see, no beast in the wood, nor bird in the tree, but shuns his path. In the windy gloom, they give him plenty and plenty of room. So he sits, with his long, lean face to the sky, watching the ragged clouds go by. There in the night, alone, apart, singing the song of his lone, wild heart. Far away, on the world's dark rim, he howls, and it seems to comfort him.
Hi everybody, Melissa Castle, Dean of Students. I'm so excited to welcome you to Reunion 2020. Unfortunately, we have to do it virtually, but I just wanted to make a toast. Wait a second. I just wanted to make a toast to all the alums out there. You made my life joyful and happy. I can't wait to see you on campus the next time. But for now, I hope you're enjoying this hour together. Cheers.
The boar's head My name is Garrett Murphy, class of 2008, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this Walnut Hills virtual reunion. Like all of you, I wish we could be gathering together in person for a proper reunion on campus, but I feel the Walnut Hills spirit of community resounding in all our hearts together tonight, and appreciate you taking the time to be with us. I would like to thank everyone who helped make tonight's festivities and our recent Find a Walnut Week possible, and in particular, the members of our Walnut Hill Alumni Association Board, chaired by Justine Hand and Evangeline Delgado. Over the next hour, we will be joined by some of our fellow alumni throughout the world and visit with some familiar faces. So grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy.
Don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her under your skin, then you begin to make it better. So let it out and let it in. Hey Jude, you're waiting for someone to perform it. And don't you know that it's just you? Hey Jude, guilty, and the movement you need is on your shoulder.
Hello, everyone. In the spirit of a toast, I'd like to say cheers to Walnut Hill. I'm delighted to have you join us for our very first online reunion. While we're sad that we were unable to gather on campus this spring, it means a lot to have you here virtually. Taking the time to connect with each other is so important during these really challenging times. I wanted to take a minute this evening to share a brief update on what's been happening on campus. Several weeks ago, when we first learned of the COVID-19 outbreak in China, we were all looking forward to our spring break. Suddenly, many of our international students were unsure of where they would go. After many discussions and deliberations with our community administrative team, we made the decision to allow all our international students to stay on campus during spring break at no additional cost to them or their families. We felt that this was not only the right thing to do, but in my opinion, embodied our motto, non nobis solum. When a pandemic was declared by the governor of Massachusetts and all schools in the Commonwealth were closed, we recommended that all students at that time who could return home should. We've been working with families for several weeks to secure safe travel for any remaining international students and still have about 20 students remaining on campus throughout the remainder of the semester. Our talented faculty launched our online learning portal at the end of March for all Walnuts who were at that point scattered across the globe through multiple time zones. This is certainly a new challenge, but our creative faculty were up to this task. I am so deeply proud and honored to call them colleagues. Students are taking tap classes in garages, they're singing to electronic accompaniments, they're composing from laptops and keyboards, they're doing scene partnering via Zoom. During this uncertain time in our school's motto, non nobis solum, not for ourselves alone, seems more fitting than ever. We feel deeply inspired and moved by the eagerness to help address the many challenges brought to the surface by this global pandemic. All the members of the Walnut Hill community, our students, our families, our employees, and our alumni and friends around the world, all of you are foremost in my thoughts. We are only in control ultimately of our own actions, but I'm deeply proud that Walnut Hill has been able to respond to this pandemic in the way that we would weather any other major global or world challenge. Together, we're going to ultimately get through this, and Walnut Hill will be stronger for it. I want to thank you for your efforts and support, and I hope that you'll take care of yourselves and your loved ones. I would like to say, though, that if you're in a position to, I hope that your support for Walnut Hill also remains steadfast during these challenging times. Like many other arts organizations, all of us are in need of generosity right now. Our annual Give Day will take place next week, and a donation of any amount enables you to be counted as a supporter and makes a real difference to all our programs and ultimately to the general well-being of our school. I'm wishing all of you good health. Enjoy the show tonight, enjoy each other, and be well. I hope to see you soon.
I am fabulous, I'm flawless, I'm flexible, but most importantly, I am fearless. My name is Harper Waters, and I am a soloist with the Houston Ballet, which means I am a professional dancer. I kick, split, turn, give all the shows on stage, but in a classical world. I came out when I was 14, and it was the summer after my freshman year of high school. I was like petrified to go back to school because I was like, what is going to happen? I knew of the Performing Arts High School about 2 hours away, and I was like, there will be people there who accept me. I had to do this variation and film it and send it off for a competition, and I was rehearsing and I fell out of a pirouette. And my teacher looked at me and said, "Harper, you're never going to get a perfect wave. It's about riding the wave you're given." I took that as it's not always going to be perfect, but also nothing really matters unless you're saying something with the steps. And then I was like, well, what am I trying to say? Am I trying to say I want to be someone else that is successful? Or am I trying to show Harper? If there's a sea of people who look like one way and then there's one of me, why would they pick me? If you stick out, if people are looking at you, that is your opportunity to say, I have your attention, now I'm going to show you what I'm worth. I've definitely experienced the idea that you have to subdue your interests or what you like or what you're drawn to in order to succeed or in order to fit the mold. And I don't like that, because then you're forcing yourself into something that you're not. I think it's really important to make others feel their best, because when we feel our best, we can be our best. I want to create a supportive, kind, uplifting environment and space for people to feel like they can succeed, so that when I hang up my shoes and look at the company and to look at the dance world, I see more color. Own what makes you happy. Own your passion, because you deserve to. I'm so grateful for the moments I have on stage. Let me show you what I can do. Sometimes my dancing just speaks louder than my words. I try to use my voice, I try to use my platform. I see the importance of speaking up for what you believe in. It's this unapologetic attitude of, I'm living my best life. I am a professional, soloist, classical ballet dancer who is African American and queer, dancing in Texas. And I'm doing it really well because I'm me. And to the bullies who said I was feminine, you're right. I embrace my feminine side, I embrace my masculine side, I embrace everything that makes me Harper. I stand tall, I stand taller in heels. At the end of the day, I want acceptance. And I want to accept you, and I want you to accept me.
to Walnut Hill and to all the former Walnuts. My name is Gen Tomuro, pianist from the class of 2007, and I am sending you this video from Tokyo, Japan. I hope everybody's doing well and certainly healthy, both physically and mentally, during this very unusual circumstance that we are finding ourselves in. And I think naturally we become more individualistic when we're confined, but the more that I speak to friends from around the world, I am reminded that we are persevering through this as a world, and I hope that it will be behind us soon enough before we get too discouraged. So I have been asked to talk about how I've been spending my time of confinement. To be honest, my first week was an abomination. I was useless and indulging in the most uncultured activities like Netflix and YouTube for hours and hours. But there came a time where I needed to get back to the piano despite all my concerts being cancelled. And so I've started to give myself a project where I make one video per day of myself playing to put on YouTube and Facebook and various social media. And I have been very overwhelmed by the positive and warm feedback that I've been getting, which makes me realize the value of art and that it really touches the deepest core of humans. And I wanted to also send a word of encouragement to everybody, as former Walnut Hill students who shared this very special experience and this atmosphere together on this campus. It was so special for us to be able to freely express ourselves with our peers, with our pedagogues. All the while, we were being very disciplined as young, talented artists to work on our crafts. So I think that we were raised to be humanitarians of the most beautiful form. And that gives us the duty to be that much more sympathetic and compassionate towards ourselves first, towards others, and to the world. You know, as artists, I think we are sort of like angels to spread good vibes, I guess. So, anyways, I hope everybody will be healthy and stay well. And I'm very happy to be able to be connected with all of you through Walnut Hill. So thank you. Bye.
Hi alums! My name is Briga Heelan. I was in the class of 05, and I just wanted to say hi and send so much love to the Hill and to all of you guys. I'm so proud to be one of you, and I think it's really wonderful that people are reaching out and reconnecting and sharing those gifts right now.
Looking for disinfectant solutions on grocery store shelves and other drugstore shelves can be pretty difficult, okay? But we still need to disinfect. So today, I'm answering some questions you guys have been asking me, which is, how do you make your own at-home disinfectant solution? Guys, this is super important, and I can't wait to explain how. I want to go through a few things first, though, that I think is super important. There is a difference between cleaning and disinfecting. I'm looking for my gloves here, okay, because I'm going to go through a few things. Cleaning is the removal of germs using soap and water. You're going to get those germs out of the way. But disinfecting is killing of the germs. That's why we want you to do both. You clean first to remove the germs, then you disinfect to kill any germs that are remaining. Interesting, huh? Now, in terms of the disinfectants that we want you to buy, and I think I've done a video on this, you want to go to EPA.gov to find the products that are effective against killing COVID. Those are the disinfectants that are recommended by the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. So go to EPA.gov. But again, we're talking about what if you can't find that in the stores, but I had to go through this. Okay, a few other things, tips I wanted to give you before I tell you how to make your own solution, okay? You want to clean and disinfect daily. Super important, okay? Cleaning is different than disinfecting. You want to clean and disinfect high traffic surfaces and objects. That's door handles, doorknobs, tables, countertops, things that your family uses a lot. You want to clean and disinfect them daily. Now, you want to make sure that when you do this, here's the gloves. This is where the gloves come in. You want to wear gloves, disposable gloves, okay? Because remember, these are only to be used one time. You put these on, you clean and disinfect, and then you throw these out. Now, some of you might actually have reusable gloves, and if you do, that's totally fine. Just make sure that you're only using your reusable gloves for cleaning surfaces. So save those just for when you clean. Don't use those reusable gloves for anything else. Super important, okay? Make sure that when you're cleaning and disinfecting, you've got good ventilation. You want good airflow, super important. Also remember, do not mix products. It can actually be dangerous to mix different products, so just don't do that. And finally, make sure that you're reading the labels when you clean and disinfect, okay? Again, this is for the products that you can find in the stores, the EPA.gov approved products. You want to read the labels to make sure that you're following instructions and disinfecting properly. Guys, super important. Okay, so I think I went through all my nuts and bolts that I wanted to give you. I'm Dr. Jen Cottle. I do daily coronavirus videos, let's talk about how to make your own solution if you can't find any EPA certified disinfectants on the shelves, which is very likely these days. So what are you gonna need to make your own at-home disinfectant solution? First of all, you're gonna need a tablespoon, okay, to measure, and or a third of a cup measuring cup, okay? So you can use really either or, okay? The other thing you're gonna need is some household bleach. Now, couple things you have to make sure about your bleach. Number one, you got to check the expiration date. If it's expired, it's a no-go. You got to throw it out. You're not using it for this. Second thing is you got to check to make sure that your household bleach is intended for disinfection. That's right. Not all bleaches are necessarily going to work in this situation. So you got to make sure that your bleach is intended for disinfection. So take a look at the bottle, take a look at the labels, make sure you read and make sure of that first. Okay. Remember, you're not going to mix bleach with any other household cleaning products. That can be very dangerous. But to make your own at-home disinfectant solution, this is what you need to do. First thing you need to do is get 5 tablespoons of your bleach, or 1/3 of a cup, okay? So either one of these, either 5 tablespoons or just get a measuring cup and use 1/3 of a cup. And you're gonna mix that with a gallon of water. So that's 5 tablespoons or 1/3 of a cup bleach per gallon of water. That makes your at-home bleach solution. Guys, super simple, right? You wanna make sure that you're following all the precautions we talked about earlier. That is how to make your at-home disinfectant solution using bleach that you might just have lying around the house. According to the CDC, you can also use alcohol solutions that contain at least 70% alcohol. That's important to keep in mind. Also be careful about which surfaces you are putting your disinfectants on, as sometimes disinfectants can harm certain surfaces. So you want to be very careful about that, read labels, etc. But I hope that's helpful. I'm Dr. Jen Cottle, guys. I will see you tomorrow.
Hey Walnut Hill fam, Justin Showell here from class of 2015. I am talking to you from my mom's home in Maryland, where we have been quarantining with this baby for the last 4 or so weeks. This time has been hard for me. I just was out in San Francisco doing Hamilton, and just the shock of not being able to express in the way that I'm used to expressing, to not be surrounded by people all the time, as a huge extrovert, it's taking its toll in a big way. But I think that our school mantra, Non Nobis Solum, has a whole new weighted meaning right now, because even in the discomfort of this moment, we have to recognize and remember that we are making a sacrifice. We are isolating so that we can all come together stronger than ever after this is over. So yeah, I'm sending lots of love to you all, and I'm gonna sing a little ditty. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll find that love comes shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? Except cry if you need to, because that's healthy. You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile.
Liberty Bradford, class of '88, reporting from Los Angeles quarantine zone. I've been spending quarantine with my children who are in high school, luckily taking care of their own homeschooling, mitigating the misfortune of my daughter not getting to participate in her graduation from high school this June. In the meantime, I started grad school a couple weeks ago, getting my master's in psychology so I can become a therapist to help soothe the souls that will certainly need support as we endure and recover from this extraordinary time. But most importantly to me, I've been connecting with my Walnut Hill family. And though we've always been a pretty tight-knit group, the late 80s, early 90s folks, we have bonded in a new way with weekly Zoom calls and outreach and lots of pictures posted. And it's a beautiful thing to realize what really matters the most is our family.
On April 30th, Walnut Hill will be holding their annual Give Day, and I am here to talk to you about that. For those of you who don't know me, although I can't imagine you wouldn't, I am legit famous. My name is Stephanie Perrin, and I was the head of school at Walnut Hill from about 1890 until 2008. There was a unfortunate time during my tenure at Walnut Hill when one particular student, Walker Vreeland, used to try to imitate the high tone of my voice. And also how much I use the word community. Community, 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 community. I'm sorry, can someone plug me back in? Thank you. I'm speaking to you today from my underground bunker in Vermont, where, thank God, we have a 3-year supply of white wine. Walnut Hill really is about community. Non nobis solum is the Latin, and it means not for ourselves alone. Another way of saying that is it's not all about you and your Instagram followers or whatever. It's about honoring Walnut Hill, your ties to the school, supporting the arts, and helping us close out the school year on a joyful note. A donation of any amount will be appreciated. Earlier this year, our trustees issued a challenge. 20% of our alumni made a gift to Walnut Hill. They would come together to donate an additional $50,000. So we hope you'll think of us on April 30th. Please support the school. It's such a special, unique place. And please tell Walker Vreeland that his impression is not funny, nor is it accurate. And if he continues to do it, he will be banned from campus for the foreseeable future. Although everyone is banned from campus at the moment, so it doesn't really mean anything. Anyway, go to walnuthillschool. What's the website again? Go to walnuthillarts.org to make a donation on April 30th, or before, or after, or in perpetuity. Just give us your money! Give us your... Sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Walnut Hill Give Day is on April 30th. To make a donation, go to walnuthillarts.org/giving.
I'm so sad. I was really looking forward to like going to the actual reunion because
I know.
I haven't been to one yet, and I was really so
Either.
psyched about being able to see everyone through this.
Yeah, and I was like, I haven't seen Michaela in a show yet at Walnut Hill, and it was like I knew that she
Oh,
would.
wait, tell them who Michaela is, if this is something that people are going to watch.
Oh, Michaela Gallego. It's my niece.
Oh, and she's
She's a junior at Walnut Hill. Yeah.
Is she musical theater like us?
Mm-hmm.
Is she good?
She's amazing. Really, really good.
Does she have like a friend group like this?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Because that's one thing I've noticed, like, because being there for 4 years, like, I noticed that the graduating class of, like, when I was a freshman, like, Isaac and Walker and Susanna, even though she was in a different class, like, they've stayed like this, and, you know, we stayed like this, and I'm sure that other groups of friends and even our class have stayed like this, and I think that's something really special about the school.
It is. Well, you live together, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
and I also
college.
think like Joe, I talked to Joe Cabral about this, like when Michaela got in, and because when I got in, I went for 1 year. I went my senior year. Amy, I think, went as a junior, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Steph
like
was here too, right?
It is
went
like
as
it's
junior,
just a
too.
lot more common for people to start out as freshmen now and go all 4 years. So that's pretty
Really?
cool. Which I think makes you even closer. Like,
yeah,
I feel like part of the reason why I haven't been interested in going to a reunion is because I felt like, in a weird way, like, well, I mean, I went there and I graduated, but I was only there for a year, like, just not being like totally in it. But when my niece is there, and like Matt Rish and I have been friends since the 7th grade, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little different, but.
You also, like, you're not just living together, but I mean, you're growing up together.
Yeah.
You're, like, those ages from 14 to 18, it's so tumultuous. It's just so much feeling.
It's
Right.
terrible.
So many
Also, like,
feelings.
there's never
It is
been
all
a
the feelings.
4-year chunk in my life that felt longer.
Yeah.
You know, not in a bad way, but just like
Rich, full.
yeah,
Rich.
exactly.
Rich. Oh, it was rich.
Quando sono sola sogno all'orizzonte mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu con me su le finestre mostra tutto il mio cuore che è acceso. Chiudi dentro me la luce che ho incontrato per strada. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che non ho mai veduto.
luna, sogno all'orizzonte e manca le parole. E io sì lo so che sei con me, con me. Tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me. Mio sole, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Adesso sì li vivrò con te. Partirò su navi per mari che io lo so non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò su navi per mari che io lo so non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò.
Hello, all you quarantine cuties. It's your old pal Joshua, and I have something to tell you. I just got a phone call from Mount Sinai Hospital letting me know that I have enough antibodies in my blood to donate next week. Yes! Yes! I did it! 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 I officially beat the coronavirus, and my blood is going to be used to help make a vaccine to ensure that all of you don't get it. Oh. So there's a little bit of good news for you today on this crazy, crazy Friday. I think it's Friday. Oh, I love you all. And if there are any vampires out there and you want to come get my blood, you can totally have it. And if you want a hug, you can hug me because I'm immune. I'm one of the most huggable people in all of New York City.
Well, tonight, we've been calling all these people and asking them to donate their money to a school they no longer go to, and to support children and people that they don't know. Strangers. Yes. Well, why would someone do that?
It can be summed up in one beautiful little phrase, Mr. Nicholas.
And what's that?
Non nobis solum.
Your subtitles were off, darling. What does that mean?
Non nobis solum is Latin. It means not for yourself alone, for the goodness of humanity, and not considering your own intentions, not to serve yourself.
Well, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And that's our motto here, Mr. Nicholas. When I arrived, the head of the school gave me something just for you. Close your eyes.
I don't have any eyelids, darling.
Okay, well then just look away for a second.
All right.
Yes. Because you are officially a walnut.
name is Audrey Emerson. I'm alumni class of 2013, theater major. It is my pleasure to introduce the short video that I worked on with Walnut Hill in the fall. I hope that it gives you a little bit of a glimpse or a sneak peek of what it feels like to be a Walnut. I am so proud to be part of this amazing community and hope everybody is staying healthy and well, and I'm thinking of you, and if you're ever in Los Angeles once this is all over, I would love to see you. Take care and be well.
Art lives in 1,000 little moments.
In the stillness before rehearsal.
In the empty studios.
Blank pages, fresh palettes.
And in the very moment where it starts to come together.
Here, our art is created.
What are you working on?
Critiqued.
Felt.
And celebrated.
But art isn't just something we do here.
It compels our approach to learning.
Challenging the way we solve problems.
And shaping both the mark we plan to leave on the world and how we treat each other in it. We embrace bold, encourage difference, and champion creativity.
Because that is why we are here, to tell our story.
At Walnut Hill School for the Arts, we strive for excellence each and every day, trusting ourselves and each other in the process.
Knowing that our hearts and minds are safe to expand here.
That our art lives here.
And that we belong here.
And action.